Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out about 3 years ago. Well, close enough. Despite after putting a lot of time into this game, I still found myself not really enjoying it. While I don't think it's nearly as bad as a considerable amount of the internet does, it's still by far not my favorite. And I honestly think most of that has to do with the amount of frame rate issues there are in this game. To put it simply, this game did not run well. Just running around alone would cause the game to significantly suffer. Pair this with my SD card being insanely slow, and this game was borderline unplayable at points. This takes us to the modern day. And yes, I'm talking about the release of the Switch 2. This console somehow did the impossible. It fixed these two games. Seeing this Cerebi post the day before the console released filled me with excitement I didn't know I could feel. So, I knew the first thing I was going to do with my new acquired Switch 2. And that was finally beat Pokemon Scarlet. Except I kind of have this thing where I don't play through games like a normal person would. And seeing as I have a crippling shiny hunting addiction, I thought it only made sense to attempt to beat this game using only shiny Pokemon. Or more formally put, a badge quest. This is the challenge that requires you to catch a shiny Pokemon before each gym. And differentiating Scarlet and Violet from previous titles, you have to catch 18 of these rather than just your normal 8. But since this is Scarlet and Violet, this shouldn't take too long. Hopefully. To skip most of the opening of this game, because I forgot to record it, our first hunt begins right after walking out of Mesagoza. Here, I had two targets, Mareep and Fletchling. Due to this being the first real hunt of this challenge, I didn't know how difficult it was actually going to be. And luckily for me, I really didn't have to wait too long to find out. Actually, I almost missed that. But yeah, it's right there. And yeah, that's our first shiny. For about like 3-ish hours, I think. Something like that. His name is Burb. Say hi.
Hi, Burb.
With Burb now officially as the first Pokemon caught, I was able to move on to my first gym and swiftly defeat Katie, claiming the Bug Badge. I knew my second objective was going to be the grass gym, so I decided to hunt in between Mesagoza and Artisan. My main target for this area was Knackley because, I don't know, I really like his design. Although other things such as Makuhita and Rookidee were also spawning here, oh, that's a shiny Litleo. That's cool too, I guess. After catching Leona,
Hi, Leona.
I headed into Artisan and defeated Brassius, claiming the grass badge. With the giant crab being the next block in my path, I really wanted to catch a grass type, with my choice of Pokemon for that being Skidoo. So I began my hunt and oh my god, it's right there. This hunt really showed the difference of hunting in this game versus any other game in the franchise. See, traditionally you'll encounter each Pokemon one by one, which can make a challenge like this extremely difficult. But in Scarlet and Violet, you can see about 36 Pokemon at a time. If I look at every single one of these Pokemon twice a minute, this means I'm seeing about 4,320 Pokemon an hour. That is, if I'm fully locked in the whole time. I'm not. But anyway, here's Skipper.
Hi, Skipper.
With their help, I quickly took down Cloth and claimed my first Koraidon upgrade. Since I have to catch a good amount of shinies in this game, I really wanted to make sure I hunt all around Paldea. So I headed down to the beach right outside Lavencia and hoped to find a different Pokemon. I needed something not named a fire type. The fire team Starbase was my next target, and my team wasn't necessarily set up too well to take it out. I really wanted to find a Marini or a Sandygast, but I really wouldn't be too upset with anything that spawns here. And after about 2 hours, I found my shiny. That's actually like... That's gorgeous. I've never seen this shiny before. That's so pretty. So I've never seen that before. That shiny is gorgeous. Fable is the newest member of the team.
Hi, Fable.
I leveled them up and took out Mela, taking out the first Team Starbase. I had my eyes set on Toedscool for the next shiny in this challenge. I absolutely love Toedscool shiny, and it's probably actually my favorite shiny of Gen 9. So I began hunting on the mountain that overlooks Lavencia, and while I didn't find Toedscool, I might have found something crazier. But across the map, I saw this guy. So that's pretty cool. Which will be number 5. And we can take out my Iona. There we go. Slowpoke might, it does, have the worst shiny in the game. It's one of those where they just slightly changed the hue and just called it a day. But I'm just dumbfounded at the fact that I was even able to see it. I definitely saw it from across the map, and I just don't understand how I even did that if I'm being honest. After catching it, I walked down the mountain, headed back into Lavencia, and defeated Iona, claiming the electric badge. While the first 5 hunts of this challenge have been random encounters, I really wanted to try something different for this one. Every day, a new set of Pokemon will appear on the map. These special spawns are called outbreaks and have an increased odds of being shiny. Well, they don't naturally start with these increased odds. You must first defeat 60... ish Pokemon. You will know for sure you've defeated enough Pokemon when you see this notification appear in the corner though. Doing this increases your odds of finding one from 1 in 4,096 to 1 in 1365. This makes these types of hunts go by significantly faster. So because of that, I decided I was only going to limit myself to 3 of these hunts for the entire challenge. Because I hate myself. Anyway, after searching, I found my first Outbreak hunt, Larvitar. Well, not my favorite Pokemon in the world. After looking at my team, I was in desperate need of a different Pokemon, so I decided that this one would work out. And after about 30 minutes, I found it. I believe this is number 6, I think. The fact that it's not shaking once is making me a little nervous. A little bit nervous. Yeah. I still want to kill it. Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I'm going to bed because it is 1:30 in the morning and I am tired. Yeah. I took out the giant menacing staring, wait, actually kind of cool and lovable worm. Maybe possibly if they just gave him a chance, they would understand a bit more about him. Oh, anyway, Koraidon's eating a sandwich and can jump high now. At this point, I realize there's no real objectives near the bottom of the map, meaning this area can be pretty overlooked. So I decided that even though my next objective is the Flying Titan, I would take on a hunt down there. My targets here were friend of the channel Goomy and Wooper. Wooper didn't do anything wrong. Me and Goomy just go way back. Well, I've been pretty lucky throughout this challenge. That luck ended here. This one took a long time. Well, for this challenge's standards at least. This probably took me about 7 hours to actually find the shiny that I was looking for. So when I finally did find it, I had a bit of a mixed reaction. All right. This one took forever. Like a long amount of time. It's not what I wanted. I was definitely looking for a Goomy, Phanpy, or not another water type preferably, but it's better than nothing, so I won't complain too much. It's at least a shiny and I can move on. With Banana now in my possession, I went to take out the giant burb flying around in the sky, which Skipper took down with ease because I was possibly over leveled. Also, Skipper evolved. Finding another Urban Mystica meant it was time for another Koraidon upgrade, which gave them the ability to swim. Heading towards the dark base of Team Star, I found this abandoned ruins and decided that would be my next hunt. A bunch of different Pokemon spawned here, but my main targets were Tinkatink, Rockruff, and Fallings. This one took quite a bit of time to complete, but I don't know if that was really the truth or I was still just annoyed from my last hunt. Actually, I don't know why I'm getting annoyed in general because I don't have a problem hunting in Let's Go, and that's like a million times more tedious and less engaged. But either way, I found my shiny Fallings, rather known by their peers as Tango, and headed into, how do you say this guy's name?
This popular Italian given name. This is a boy's name. How
Thank
do
you.
you go about pronouncing it? In Italy, it is said as Giacomo.
What?
Giacomo. Pretty straightforward once you know. Giacomo. Now you know.
Anyway, after defeating his base, we headed up north to the desert where I took Cascarafa and took on our next hunt. For this hunt, I really didn't have one particular Pokemon in mind as there were a bunch of different options. And luckily for me, after these previous 2 long hunts, I didn't have to wait too long for this one. Okay, so that's shiny. I definitely missed one earlier. Like, for sure missed one earlier, because it looks blue. I genuinely couldn't tell. Yeah, that's a lot less easier to see than I thought it would be. Huge! It's officially halfway through the challenge. With Snoopy rounding out the first half of this challenge, I headed to the water gym, and I forgot to record this part. I know, I'm sorry, it's like my one job to record this part and I forgot, okay? I blame the dumb fetch quest that this gym is, but again, you know, it's my fault. I then headed north to Medali, where I took on my next hunt before the normal gym. My ultimate delusional goal here was to find a shiny Zorua. Well, this would be impossible to actually see. You can find one by defeating the Pokemon Zorua is pretending to be. And this might sound like a pipe dream to find one, and that's because it actually was. I once again didn't find the shiny I was looking for, but I did find a shiny Squavette and I named them Mabel. I headed to Medali's gym to see the coolest guy on the planet before I was rudely interrupted by Nemona. After defeating her, I headed in to take on Larry's gym challenge, where I immediately got lost. I'm really stupid and I couldn't figure out what the recipe was, so I just looked it up. So after cheating, I was able to take on and defeat Larry, claiming the normal badge. At this point, I realized how far behind I was in Team Star bases, so I headed to their next base, the Poison base. This base is located within the Tag Tree Thicket and will be the next hunt for this challenge. I aim to find either a Grafii or Impidimp here, and I didn't find either of them. Shocking. However, something else of note did occur. While hunting, I found I liked this certain area of the thicket, so rather than running around continually despawning everything, I used the picnic method and just instantly despawned everything in front of me. And as you expect, this led to me accidentally despawning a shiny. I knew this day would come. I knew this day would come. I have failed a shiny. I could hear it in the air. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew, I could feel it. Oh, dude, it's so noticeable too once you look at it. So if we go like right here and we pause, do a little zoom in, that's definitely shiny. Like 100% shiny. Oh, that sucks really bad. Like you can definitely tell that that's for sure shiny. Man, that sucks. So, a bit demoralized, I went back to hunting, and after a miserable amount of time, I found my shiny. Dude, fucking finally. This took like 5 hours of hunting after I failed. This took so long. Oh, thank God. That's actually what I wanted too, so I'm happy, but like, dude, that took so long. Sully's our new friend now, and after taking out Atticus's poison base, I left the thicket to never return again. Oh my God, I'm never coming back here again. Please never, I don't want to ever come back here again, please. It's time for our 12th shiny of this challenge, which means it's another outbreak hunt. And I was absolutely ecstatic to do this after the paralyzing thicket hunt. So when I saw a Vaporeon outbreak, I just thought it would be perfect for the next hunt. Like the ideas for names here are actually... Oh, that's a shiny Altaria. That's cool too. And you know what? Just scrap this whole section of the video. Because guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to record another section. I forgot to record me taking out the Ground Titan. So I killed the Ground Titan, but you'll never know because I forgot to record it. Ha, go me. Anyway, since I technically didn't get a Pokemon from my previous outbreak hunt, I'm gonna do another one. Rather than continually do the Vaporeon one, I instead opted to head into the Ice Mountains where an Avalugg outbreak spawned right outside Monte Vera. While I eventually did find the Pokemon I was looking for, the Avalugg surely didn't make it easy on me. This has absolutely nothing to do with how long it took me to find one. This has 100% to do with what these things did to me. Every time I leave this battle, I get jumped into another one. It's annoying. It's starting to piss me off. Because I'm stuck here. I'm just trying to look for new Avalugg, but no, I'm stuck here getting jumped back and forth with these goddamn Avaluggs. Anyway, I went in and took out the gym challenge, defeating Rhyme and claiming my 6th badge, the Ghost Badge. Only 5 remaining shiny Pokemon left, and really for my next hunt, I didn't care too much what I found. And I think it's because of that I was instantly rewarded. I'm not gonna lie, I was hunting for 5 minutes maximum, so... that's pretty cool. I also really like this shiny. Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Due to me basically hunting right outside the gate of the fairy base, I thought it only made sense to take that out. So I stormed in, defeated Ortega, and took out the second to last Team Star base. The location I went to next was the Suckerat Trail right above Castle Royale Lake. I was still determined to get the previously mentioned Toadskool, so I took that on for my next target. And of course, I didn't find it, but I really wasn't too upset with what I did find. I found it. Guys. Hey, look. Huge. So obviously, it needs to be in full caps. I then decided that I wasn't going to do the giant fish titan in front of me because I like them all to have one left. I don't know. I instead headed back up the icy mountain and into Grusha's gym where, oh my God, Nimona, please leave me alone. I'm almost done. Just let me be done. Moving on, I skied down the mountain to beat the gym challenge along with Grusha, claiming my 2nd to last badge. For my next hunt, I thought I would take on Castle Royale Lake, but after hunting for about 10 minutes, I had a change of heart. Instead, I went to the cave underneath Alfernata and hunted there. At this point, I really didn't care too much what I found, but if anything, I really wanted to find a Metatype. And while this hunt did take quite a bit of time, I did eventually find what I was looking for. All right, in the grand scheme of everything, all Pokemon games, this did not take a long time, but for Scarlet and Violet, this took quite a bit of time. I'm kind of tired of hunting in here, but I did get it. All right. That's number 16, so we only have one normal one left, and then one more outbreak, and we're done. I then headed back to Castle Royale Lake to take out the giant fish lurking in the water. And after interacting with 4 different incorrect Toxagiri, I found the correct one and battled the giant fish. Defeating him, I gave Koron the final sandwich as Mabostiff regained his health. Also, Pokemon needs to add voice acting ASAP. I think this already does a good job at being an emotional moment, but I also think it would be improved tenfold if it was voice acted. But either way, Arvin decided it was time to investigate the lab and to meet us at the lighthouse when we're ready. For my final random encounter hunt, I headed to this tiny pond near the top of the map where like Dratini spawns and stuff. And while I didn't find Dratini, I really wasn't too upset. Dude, no way. I have been hunting for 5 minutes. Like I was like gonna go do something and I wasn't even looking at my phone. This has been here for like a minute. I was looking at my phone trying to get Gimmighoul for Pokemon Go. That is crazy. I had just started hunting. This is my last real hunt. That's crazy. Like, I will 100% out of 1,000 times take this 88. Like I will take this. But it is crazy I found it that quickly. This game is nuts. The real story of the shiny comes during the actual badge fight, though. And if it isn't obvious yet, I've been saving one gym for last, meaning it's time to take out the fighting base. I cleared out the base pretty easily, but fighting Aerie was a bit of a different story. In case you weren't aware, I'm really stupid when it comes to Pokemon battles. Despite playing this game my entire life, I really have learned nothing about actual battles. So there might have been a tiny error when it came to this battle. Her Reverum might be the death of me. I didn't realize it had the ability of stamina where it would raise its defense when hit with a physical attack. And so it was at this point where I realized my mistake. It turned out my whole team was made of physical attackers. Well, Fable technically had one special attack, which was Water Gun with a base power of 40. Pair this with Reverum constantly using Shift Gear to increase both its attack and speed stat, and I failed. It was bad, and it was embarrassing. Dude, I threw so hard. +6 is crazy. Fuck me, man. But after fixing my Pokemon a bit, I headed back in to take out Aerie, and it turned out there really was a hero in this story. Okay, we need to live a hit and hit a Hydro Pump, or we're cooked. Fable, I need you to be my hero, Fable. Fable, I believe. This is what you were born to do, Fable. You didn't attack. You got like one shot, Fable. Come on. Let's go, Fable! Let's go, Fable! That's my fucking goat! That's my goat! Oh, let's go! As you probably noticed, I've been saving one specific gym as the final gym. The Alfrenata gym is typically taken out a lot earlier, usually before the Ice gym. But I saved it until now because I wanted to do one specific hunt. If you watched my previous Pokemon video, which you should, you would know that I love to end these challenges with a Pokemon that is very sentimental to me. And so, if you haven't figured it out by now, the final Pokemon for this challenge is Sylveon. And I've had many shiny Sylveons over the years, but they all had to be Eevee's I evolved. In this game though, I can hunt Sylveon directly through an outbreak. So that's exactly what I did. I began hunting, and after about an hour, I finally found my shiny. There it is. My favorite shiny of all time. God, I don't know, man. It's cool to actually find one. I've always had to catch an Eevee and evolve it, but actually seeing it in the wild like that is pretty cool. All right. Nice. And that is shiny number 18, which means the shiny hunting is done for the challenge. Since I was supposed to do this much earlier, this gym was absolutely a walk in the park. Although this is still my least favorite gym challenge. I'm just mashing. With every Pokemon caught, all that was left to do was to finish every single storyline. I wrapped up both Starfall Street and Path of Titans pretty quickly, but might have struggled a bit when it came to Victory Road. Stab, Terra, Leaf Blade should kill. And it does. And I'm done. Oh. I should just ended the video, you know? I should have just been like, fuck, man, you know, I beat the game for real. But no, I decided I'm gonna need to make sure every one of the things says complete. But now with every single quest completed, all that was left was to take on Area 0. So I headed down, went to all 4 bases, took out Arvin's weird AI mother, along with Koraidon, and beat the game. Cue the copyrighted Ed Sheeran music. Don't listen to that. Sorry, we can't play that. We can't play that here. We can't play that here. If you did enjoy watching, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But otherwise, that's it. Bye now. Bye forever now. I'll see you next time now. Bye. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, wait, no, it's Splatoon now. Splatoon's next now. Bye now. Bye now forever now. See ya. Goodbye. Goodbye forever.